Acknowledge the pride of Universe 11 with the brand new Jiren Acknowledge Me merchandise line featuring t-shirts in various different colors and sizes, shipping all over the world. And not just t-shirts, you also have hoodies, tank tops, sweatshirts, and yes, also mugs and face masks right now at a discounted price on the Geekdom 101 store. Click the link down below and get yours right now. Limited time only. The fight is not over yet. Vegeta versus Granolah continues into Chapter 76 of Dragon Ball Super. The last two chapters we've seen Vegeta and Granolah fight, but the battle continues. But now the heaters are involved. So on today's video, we're going to be discussing Chapter 76, giving you a preview of the Granolah versus Vegeta fight. We're going to be discussing what the heaters are going to be doing in this chapter, what's going to happen with Oatmeal, and what's up with the Senzu. Are Goku and Vegeta going to fuse? There's a lot to discuss here. Mr. Senpai is back as he joins us every month to discuss the next chapter and preview it with all of you. And of course, leave a comment with your predictions as well. What's going on?
Man, this chapter underwhelming, but it's all good. Listen, next chapter's gonna be better. That's my
Underwhelming.
guarantee.
I thought it was underwhelming, regardless of what happened. People were saying, well, the spoiler said Vegeta lost, but he really didn't lose, which was, I always say in my videos, man, context is king. You got to get context. But Vegeta did not lose the fight, but he is losing. He is losing the fight, but he has not lost yet. Can he make a comeback? We'll talk about it. So, first of all, I want to discuss Ultra Ego with you. I've seen people talk about this, that they think that Ultra Ego is actually an Omen form, that it's actually Ultra Ego Omen, and that's why Vegeta has no eyebrows. Do you think that's a possibility? It sounds like something they would pull out of their ass at some point, but what do you think?
No, I think this is the final form, but there's different levels to it. All right. So
Right.
unlike Ultra Instinct Omen, which Ultra Instinct, Master Ultra Instinct, and Ultra Instinct Omen, visually they look very different. When it comes to Vegeta, though, that's not going to be the case. If you go back to chapter 69, when Vegeta is training with Beerus, Beerus tells him, "My mind is always on destruction and nothing else. That's why there's no limit to my power." He says a bunch of other things. But the point I'm trying to make is that Vegeta can still get stronger without him necessarily having additional forms.
I'm
He
okay
just
with
got the
that.
technique.
We
He
got
just
two.
got the technique.
Yeah.
He got the transformation, and his body was already damaged when he got the transformation. Now imagine if Vegeta takes a sensu bean and now his body is fully recovered, right? So I think he's gonna continue to push and get stronger. What we saw was just a little tease, a little dessert, but there's
We
more to
got
come.
we got too many transformations already, bro. You know how I feel about that. But here's the question though about this Ultra Ego. Is the form making him crazy? Because people did not like the writing of Vegeta where he created that giant Hakai ball and was going to blow up the entire planet. And honestly, I'm not sure if I liked it either, because you would think that Vegeta's past this by now. In fact, he said he's past this by now. And I know people want the old Vegeta back, even if it's for a little bit. And we saw the old Vegeta come back with Majin Vegeta. There's no point in Vegeta regressing like this. The only thing that makes sense
Yeah.
to me is that this form is making him lose his mind. But he seems to be focused too. So I feel like he's all up in his
His ego?
feelings. He's
Oh,
enjoying, yeah, he's enjoying the fight too much. He's forgetting what's going on.
yeah, this is where we're gonna disagree in this video. So, yes, if you actually go back to Eternal Power, this doesn't make sense. Vegeta was trashing on Topo for the fact that he was letting go of everything, right? Now, and Vegeta said, "No, you gotta hold on to who you are." And now he made a complete 180. So what's going
Yeah.
on here? Well,
He changed his mind.
I I think this is a good direction, and it makes sense for Vegeta. And let me tell you why. If you go back to chapter 69 again, Beerus tells Vegeta something very key to this moment. He says, "Listen, if you really want this power, you're gonna have to destroy any stray thoughts and recreate yourself from scratch." He needs to let go, and he also mentioned in that chapter that he needs to let go of his past because everything from his past is weighing him down. So when you look at it from that perspective, this is a different Vegeta. He has recreated himself, and this is what you need to be if you're gonna
Absolutely.
think about destruction at all times. The fact that he was willing to destroy an entire civilization doesn't make sense when you go back to the fact that he was trying to save the Namekians. But when you look at Beerus telling him that he needs to recreate himself, it makes sense. Destruction. When you're thinking about destruction at all times, you do not have time for mercy or for doubt. If you want to get stronger, you need to be committed, have sheer will, be a man of focus. All right, now John
No, no,
Wick here.
everything you're saying is right, though, at least from what we've seen. You know, they could change it, but from what we've seen, everything you're saying makes perfect sense. Now, do we agree at least that the heaters are going to interrupt this thing at some point? Maybe not at the beginning of the chapter, but we've talked about this for the past, 3 months, that they're going to fight and the heaters will do a run-in or something like that. Is that still what you think is going to happen? And we saw him now. We actually saw him land,
Yeah, but this is where I'm changing my mind now, and I'm actually gonna go with one of your theories,
like
right? So
Vegeta.
initially I said, what? No, I still think I still think is gonna take the W. All
No,
right,
no,
my
that's not
boy,
what I
don't
said.
lose.
What I said is
Oh, okay.
you're changing your mind like Vegeta. We'll talk about that
Oh, like
later though.
Vegeta.
Later in
Oh,
this
okay.
video we'll give our predictions on what you think's gonna happen, but that's later in the video. Leave a like right now though. Leave a like right now and leave it and enhance the video like Vegeta's enhanced. Anyways, what were we
So
saying?
initially, I said that they were gonna take the Dragon Balls and they were gonna bounce out of there because I think logically that makes sense. But when you look at the fact that they made a grand entrance at the end of the chapter, kind of makes me feel that okay, maybe Toyotaro and Kira Toriyama, they want a grand spectacle to happen on this planet, not away, but right here.
Right.
So that leads me to believe that they're gonna summon the Dragon Balls on the planet and make a grand entrance.
And
So I'm
then
kind
they're
of leaning
gonna
towards your theory.
Right, and then we've talked about this in previous videos, y'all, in case you are new or you didn't check it out. We've discussed this for months now. And maybe when the sky goes dark, when the dragon comes out, that's what alerts Vegeta and Granolah during their fight to say what's going on here. Also, Goku's still around. He might be the one to detect it. Which actually, I'm going to talk about Goku here in a minute, but I think that makes sense. I don't think we're going to get the wish. I think we are going to get the wish. The dragon will be summoned at the end of the chapter. They're going to make us wait another month for the actual wish. That's my prediction. I think Taro will focus more on the Granolah Vegeta fight for the first half because I feel like that's um, the primary focus. But I have a theory about what's going to happen with Oatmeal, and we'll talk about that later in this video as well. So, do you agree about the heaters getting the wish or getting the dragon at the end of the chapter as a cliffhanger?
Yeah, 100%. At this point, why bring them on if you're not gonna have them kind of be part of the cliffhanger at the end? So yeah,
Right. Now, the Senzu Bean. We gotta talk about the Senzu Bean because Vegeta has a Senzu. Goku is healing himself with the Super Saiyan God power. Vegeta has a Senzu. Also, in their back pocket, if necessary, we've also got the fusion pose. Now, when it comes to the fusion pose, I actually have a video planned with MJ discussing this possible post Moro Granolah Goku and Vegeta fusion. Whole other video I'm going to be doing in the future. Keep an eye out on that here on the channel. Subscribe if you're new. But when it comes to Senzu or fusion, I'm leaning more towards Senzu. I don't think we're going to see fusion in this arc, at least not yet. I don't think we're going to see it at all, but if we do, it'll be later. I think the Senzu, there's one Senzu there on purpose for a reason. And if Goku's healing himself, that tells me that Vegeta might be the one to use it.
yeah,
What do you think?
100%. Fusion can happen, but in my opinion, no chance. You have Vegeta. He's pumped up. He's pumped up from the fact that he built his own power, right? He doesn't have to rely on Goku. And then all of a sudden, next chapter, Goku, we need to fuse to the No, it's not gonna happen. He's got a
Right.
little sense of
He
being.
doesn't even like
He's ready to
fusing.
go.
He does not
He
even like
doesn't like
fusing.
fuse.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll
So
he'll
no,
eat a
he's not.
Senzu and then power back up again and get even stronger.
In fact, I believe that if it comes down to Vegeta still losing after using the Sensu Bean, instead of fusing, Vegeta will much rather use instant transmission and get out of
And
there.
get
Like
out.
grab Goku and bounce, right? And regroup. And that could lead into a whole other part of the arc, right? That we
Well,
haven't talked about. But
yeah. Here's something else people are
that
forgetting. People are forgetting about this very important point. We haven't talked about this, you and I. Vegeta at the end of chapter 75 was down. He looked like he was, he hasn't lost, but he's losing. He shot that Granola's power. Both eyes are exposed now. But Vegeta also said in this chapter that the more he fights, the stronger he gets, the more his rage is fueled. I don't think Vegeta's done, bro. I'm not saying he's gonna win. Not what I'm saying. But I don't think he's done. I think there's a chance he could make a comeback because of the fact that he said himself, like, I'm getting stronger fighting. So this fight might still have some legs. What do you think about that? And do you actually think Vegeta's gonna pull this victory out?
Let me ask you: is he getting stronger from fighting, or is he getting stronger from taking
I
damage?
think it's both. I think it's both at this point. I think normally he would get this is my theory. He would normally get stronger from taking damage. But I think with this Hakai form, with the Ultra Ego, I think the enjoyment and the thrill of fighting that triggers his ego is giving him another boost. So you've got the Zenkai boost, a Rage boost, and now the Ego boost. And Ego
And there's
boost
another
is
and there's another boost that he may be using. We don't know, for Spirit Fishing.
Viagra
Maybe
for
he's using it.
Bulma. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Maybe he's using Force Spirit Fishing as if you have if supposedly you're getting stronger by taking damage, then that physical contact, why not use Force Spirit Fishing at the same time?
That could be in his back pocket, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Maybe he says, okay, he's down, right? He's down, and he's like, haha, well, this whole time I've been using Force Spirit Fishing and been holding some energy. He's got tricks up his sleeve. He's not done just
And
yet.
then Granolah could be like, huh? And then he figures out how to counter that somehow. Because he's Granolah, he can do anything. Somebody left a comment in one of my videos and wrote, Granolah is the Mary Sue of Dragon Ball. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what he is. Like, that's literally what he is. He's a Gary Stu, Mary Sue, bro. That is and I think Toriyama's writing it that way on purpose. Maybe Toriyama's like making fun of like the Star Wars sequel trilogy or something. I don't know. I don't think he is, but I'm sure somebody out there would probably assume that because he does like to mess with people. Now, Oatmeal. People have said that they think that he's going to betray Granolah. I don't think so. I think my opinion. This is my prediction. Here we go. My prediction, folks. I think that he's going to see the heaters gathering the balls, about to make the wish. He's going to be the one to try to reach out to Granolah and say, Sir, something's going on with the heaters. Granolah took off his earpiece. Granolah has removed his earpiece, and thus he cannot hear Oatmeal. Oatmeal's going to go intercept, and the heaters will kill him. I think Gas is going to kill him in the next chapter. I think he's done. What do you think
Yeah,
about
you're
that?
specific. You're specific. You're like, gas is gonna do it. Do you know something that we don't know, man?
No, everybody thinks I do, but in this case, I don't. I assure you. But I mean, does that not make perfect sense? Granolah, being the idiot that he is, taking off his earpiece, his boy's about to get slaughtered, not knowing what the hell's going on. He's too focused on fighting Vegeta. They're both fighting each other with such rage that, the heater can just kind of sneak by and get that wish or get the balls without anybody noticing. Maybe Goku could notice. And then who's going to alert Granolah? He's not going to know, right? What do you think?
Yeah. So, well, we have one confirmation in this chapter, and that's the fact that Oatmeal lives within that device. Right? We weren't sure before whether he was an AI, whether he can be on the computer, and the device was just to communicate. But the fact that he needed the spaceship to pick up the device means that he lives within that device, the artificial intelligence, like Cortana, right? She lives inside a little.
Yeah, I thought he was an AI. I thought he was, or either an AI or a really, really small person or something. That's like I don't think so. I think he's,
Right.
or for all we know, he might be off on another planet somewhere. I don't know. I have no
Well,
idea.
that's what I'm saying. That this chapter, at the very least, confirms that Granola lives within that device. Whether he's a person or an AI or whatever, he lives within that device. If that device gets destroyed, Granola's gone. Now, in terms of
Well,
him,
unless he's on another planet, because he might be communicating with that device using autopilot and remote control. That could be something else with him. Now,
right?
remember, Toyotaro said in that questionnaire, did he not say in the Q&A a couple weeks ago that Oatmeal is going to have more to do in this arc? I could have sworn he said that.
Yeah, I don't 100% remember. That was a long interview. I gotta go back and watch it.
I don't
Uh,
remember either, but I could have sworn he said that. What were you going to
Here's what I
say?
think on Granola. I think your theory makes sense, but let me give you another perspective, right?
Sure.
Yeah, he can go on try to interfere and get killed, but what if that's not what he's trying to do? All right. What if because you have to keep in mind, where is he going? He's not going towards the heaters right now. So in your theory, it's almost like, okay, he sees the heaters doing something, so then he tries to intercept and gets killed. But that doesn't change the
Right.
fact that he's going somewhere. Where is he
That's
going?
true.
And
That's
this is
true.
so
That's true.
so this is my theory. Right now, he is going to find something. He's going to find something that has sentimental value to Granolah, right? Because he knows him better than anyone. He's gonna try to bring that to snap him out of it. Remember this little device that represents your family, whatever it is
Like a
gonna
teddy
help
bear,
Granolah.
like a teddy
Like a
bear from when he was a kid, right? Then give him like a little teddy bear,
right,
and Granola's gonna
right.
look at it and go snuggles, and then start crying and shit. You know what? That'd be awesome. Pete, that would be awesome, but that would be laughed at by everybody.
So maybe not a teddy bear, but
You
something
be
that's gonna remind him of his.
Bobo like Mr. Burns. I was bringing up a Simpsons reference, Bobo from
Oh,
The Simpsons. This type of stuff's happened all the time. Yeah, something like that, or like a necklace with his parents' names on it, or something like that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then he kind of like stops being so mad.
right. Because right now he's not listening to reason. He's acting
Right.
emotional.
Yeah.
So Granola's gonna try to stop that. Now, maybe on his way back, yeah, maybe he'll get killed by the heaters. But I just don't think that. I don't think that Oatmeal is dumb enough to go and try to handle that on his own. He's gonna just try to rush and find Granolah and let him know, yo, this is what's going
Right.
on. And
Maybe.
all of a sudden, it's too late. It already happened. The dragon's already born. So I think that's what's gonna happen.
So do you think? I mean, ultimately, I just feel like what we said before is going to be the end result here. The heaters are going to get that wish. Granola and Vegeta and Goku are going to feel dumb because they were too distracted with their own little, bitch fight. I mean, I hate to call it that, but they're not. They're too focused on themselves to realize what's going on, and we're going to have a possibility of these guys wishing for either Granola to lose his power or for them to gain power above Granola even. And then we're going to have a problem where we're going to have Goku, Vegeta, and Granola against possibly all the heaters or maybe just gas. Like, either way, that's the direction they're going in. The heaters are being positioned as the real villains of this arc, bro. It's not Granola. Granola's not the villain, dude, at all.
Now we talked about how we had theories on the wish is gonna be used for gas and the wish is gonna be used for OG 73.
Right.
But what about if there's a compromise where the wish is being used to not only make gas stronger, but also make him like OG 73, almost like combining the two to create a new
You
character that
mean
has
like to
both.
copy powers? Like that? That's what you mean?
Yeah, 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 to copy powers and so you still have gas combined with OG 73, making him stronger. Also, the ability to copy powers because he combined with OG 73, a kind of fusion, if you will.
I mean, I think I think we talked about that before. Because OG 73 is still somewhere out there, so either way, I mean, I think no matter which way it happens, I think that either way, the heaters are going to be the real enemies here. Elec will be the mastermind. Gas is going to be the muscle, but I think ultimately that's going to be the case. Now, you can throw out theories like where's Broly at? Where's Frieza at? Where's Beerus at? I don't think we're going to see them anytime soon. I think Frieza will show up. I think the other two, probably not anytime soon, but I think Frieza will show up at some point, maybe by the end of the arc when Granolah goes after him. Some have already said that they don't think Frieza's going to be in this arc at all, but that's probably. Let's not talk about that yet because right now we got to focus on the task at hand. So, is there going to be a winner between Vegeta and Granolah? I'm gonna predict interruption for real this time. Maybe Vegeta's going to be on top. Maybe Granolah will be. Pause. What do you think?
I think Vegeta is gonna be on top. He's gonna be this close to killing Granolah,
With
and then you
Hakai.
have interruption with Hakai, and then you have interruption. I don't think that Granolah is gonna beat Vegeta just because they're teasing us. And even though it seems like Vegeta is going to lose, right? He didn't lose yet. That there's that little hope, right?
He's
Let's not give up just yet.
losing, but he gets
He's
stronger as he
losing.
fights.
Exactly. So, yo, I'm still gonna stay on my ground and say that Vegeta's gonna take the W. Ultimately, even though it's not gonna be clear winner because I think that he's gonna get interrupted.
Right. There will not be a clean finish here. It'll be like wrestling. Very few clean finishes. Well, in some companies there is. Anyways, leave a comment. Check out Mr. Senpai. See you next time.